Hello, welcome to Dice. I'm just making a short video example of how to play this game, just because it might seem a little bit confusing. Uh, there are two ways to play it. You can either play it PvP or PvE. I will explain the PvP part first, and then we'll get to the PvE. So, for PvP, you will need a character card, which are these ones. Um, so far we have 6 characters to choose from, and then they each all have a passive, abilities, and stats. Every character has a unique passive, which grants them extra dice or bonus stats, or just do bonus damage. Um, Abilities depend on your dice roll. Oak means of a kind, so say if you get like 2 1s, or like 3 3s, that would count for a 2 oak because you have 2 1s. Or if you have 3 3s, that would count for the 3 oak because you have 3 3s. So, um, let me clean this up real quick. We'll take the boulder for example. So we'll be playing as the boulder. We'll take it over to our stat area where there's HP, physical, magic, armor, and magic resist. And you can see on your character card, it has its stats. Every character starts out with 25 HP, so we can go ahead and set that. And then set your character's other stats. So we got 10 armor and 2 magic resist. Alright, now let's say we're fighting against the Lich. We'll place him over here in this character card. Oops. And then we'll set his stats. 25, 2, 8, 0, and 2. Every character that you can play as more or less has 12 stat points to choose between from. So they're pretty much balanced in that sort. Now, the way that you play the game or deal damage to each other are either your abilities, or buying stuff through the point shop. And a way to buy stuff through the point shop is these cards. So let's put some on the playing field right here. Alright, and you can see these cards have points and also face values on them. And you're probably wondering, how do I complete those, or how do I get them? And we'll get to that. So every character, or every player will have 6 starting die. Should change your color so it's easier to differentiate between everyone's dice once they're all on the board. So once you have your dice, the turn begins. You roll, see what you get. So, oh, whoa, I got 3 3s right here. And then I got a 2, 5, and a 4. But since I have 3 3s, that will apply to my abilities. So, looking at that, I gain 2 armor and 2 pebbles. So then I can go over here and grab a pebble and put it in my slot. And I also gain 2 armor. So now I'm stronger. And with that, I can place my dice on cards that are correlate to them. So luckily, I got 3 3s and I can complete this one. So now, this card is in my hand and I can use it next turn to buy something from the point shop. I have 3 extra die left over to either play this turn or hold on to them. But since I've completed this card, I get these dice back. But hypothetically, let's say I'm just going to put this 2 here, and I know I have a 4 and I could complete this card, but I'm not going to do it. And I'm going to put this 5 over here just to show how it works. So next turn, I only have 4 dice to roll because I have 2 dice on the playing field working towards these cards. Every player is working independently towards their own cards. So I could have 3, say I have 3 dice on this one, and this player rolls and gets 4 dice, or gets a 5, and they're like, oh, I can complete this card and take it. Unfortunately, you can't. You will need to roll another 5 and 2 more 3s to get it on your own. Um, so once you gain a card, the turn order kind of changes a little bit. If you go to the notebook, there is the rules where I have most of it written out. So once you gain a card, before you go roll your dice, you can spend your points and then roll your die, because things that you buy with your points or your abilities can affect your dice roll. So other than that, it's just rotating through the turns, getting points, doing damage, attacking each other until one person dies and then the other person wins. So another thing about PvP is the point shop. Let me go into that real quick. Say I still have this 5, and it's the beginning of my turn, and I want to spend it. So I'm going to spend it in the point shop before I roll. I'll put the 5 on the board and see what is available. The point shop works incrementally, so you'll need to buy all the 2-point stuff or buy something from the 2-point shop to unlock the next thing in the 5-point shop. So I only have 5 points, so I'm going to buy 2 things from the 2-point shop. I'm going to buy 1 physical damage and 1 magic damage. So then these 2 unlock. But since I bought 1 physical damage and 1 magic damage, I can use that to attack the other player. So with my stats, I have 0 and 0, so there's no bonuses applied. I will be doing straight 1 damage and 1 physical damage to the Lich. But he has 0 armor and 2 magic resist. So I can't do any magic damage to him this turn, but I will be able to do 1 damage to him because he has no armor. Now let's say I have 6 physical attack and I buy the 2-point shop, deal 1 physical damage. I will then be doing 7 damage and attacking the Lich who has 0 armor. I will be doing 7 damage directly, if that makes sense. Cool. That's basically it for PvP. You just fight each other until you die, just playing, rolling, getting dice. And then let's move over to PvE real